guy, and you just have that 1-2 specific days. Because you're right, the first 2 days really they had horrible days, but they managed to squeak in. They're having a good day so far today, and they could possibly go to TI8 after the series. So we are in the draft. We have made it. Bloodseeker initial ban, IO, Lycan. That's where we're at.
Yep, and Immortals does have first pick, and you're right, Immortals bans Bloodseeker because it would be second pick for EG.
Immortals actually were the ones to ban Mirana last time. They faced up against EG.
Look at this.
And then EG banned Wind Ranger as the last ban.
Oh, so you have to ban Naga.
Clockwork ban.
But then
That's
Mirana
setting
gets
up the first pick Naga, but
Yep.
I mean, I feel like based on what I've seen that Mirana's a better pick than Naga, but I also at the same time think Immortals probably prioritize Naga more than Mirana.
You just leave Mirana in and you take whichever one they don't pick?
I feel like yes.
Take it? Okay.
The thing is, I feel like Mirana's better without Naga than Naga is without Mirana, but I think Immortals relied on Naga so much earlier that why stray away from it, especially when you've banned the Clockwork, which is okay. They're 100% picking Naga now because Mirana's banned.
100%.
They picked Naga.
If they don't pick Naga, I'm throwing this orange juice on Cap. Okay.
So EG,
thank
God.
Thank God.
EG can Mag Wind Ranger, I think.
Yeah, Mag or Sky even.
Oh,
Elder. All right.
Crit Titan.
I mean,
I got a cleaving briefcase.
it's a setup already, and it denies it from their Naga. And look at this.
No, Oh, that just escalated quickly.
That was quick. That was quick first 2 picks. Man. So EG hasn't had the highest win rate with Magnus, but teams are obviously still afraid of it as well, right? It got first banned in I think both games last series. Or no, it got last banned. It got last banned in
the
game
first
2.
game.
And first game it got first banned.
Yeah. Which that didn't go too well.
Yeah, we haven't seen why it's been a first pick for them, right?
It's just
okay
S4
games.
comfort. That's the biggest thing. It's just
you can't just pick your first pick hero usually has to be your most impactful hero.
Yeah.
It does a lot, and you don't just pick because it's comfort.
I don't think EG has changed from the perspective of the greediness and being able to win late game in that regard. I think EG still feels like, and Magnus is one of those offlaners, right? It's almost a guarantee late game win because of the way you amp up the carry, the way you have a BKB piercing, AoE disable. It's this combination is really tough to beat. So, but that's okay for Immortals. Immortals don't need to try and get into that territory. They're they can have a late game hero, but it seems like they want to be able to play with their first 4 being pretty aggressive. Venomancer is probably one of the better dual lanes they can get their hands on, and Elder Titan suffers against that.
Elder Titan starts
ban
with
PL.
2 armor.
I just want to say right now for Immortals.
I don't know if you guys know.
Big deal if you don't. Say it again.
Elder Titan starts with 2 armor,
I think
right?
it's 3.
Okay, Naga starts with 7.
Here, we're pulling it up.
Is everyone banning TA away from 747? Or is it?
It depends on how. I don't think everyone
right,
is,
armor.
but yeah, it is 2. Okay.
Damn, the Grant.
2.2.
I watch a lot of. I love the lane.
I round it up. 2.2. He usually buys a couple branches.
Does 747 even play their
couple.
TA?
4 branches later.
No, but if he has 2 branches, that gives him 2.55.
Yeah.
So then round up.
Has Ryoya been
Follow
playing
me
TA
here,
when
Cap.
they do pick it?
I don't know.
He's their
That's-
carry now,
that's the thing.
technically.
Yeah, he's our
That's the
safe
thing.
lane.
I hope this is a PL ban.
He used to be one of the best. So.
Why
Yeah,
appeal
he was so
ban?
good.
Because it's
TA.
really, you can remove the Gale, and then they run it all the
okay.
time, and it's a super good empower carry as well.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, that's true.
So I feel like that's the best way to play with Mag. I feel like the 2 carries I've seen primarily are PL and Lifestealer. So I'm almost certain that's going to be one of those 2.
Well, they ban Ember.
How about a Jug, though? Jug Mag, the classic. You have a Jug
Stop
against,
trying to make Jug work.
against Veno, though, the healing ward.
Got the Immortal.
I'll be shocked if they don't ban Warlock either. I feel like maybe I'm overlooking or
Dude, Fatal Bonds.
Fatal
Veno.
Bonds
Yeah,
with
they
Veno
should.
and also the counter initiation to RP.
But they have the pick. What if they take it?
That's possible. I feel like Warlock's either this pick. It's going to be one of these next 3 heroes. It's going to be this ban, this pick, or the next pick. Which
It's a lot of picks.
I mean, I'm just saying, they're either gonna deny it, or they're gonna ban it, they're gonna deny pick it, or they're actually somehow planning to deal with it. I feel like when you're against Mag, Warlock, Axe type heroes are the best way to go because the minute he RPs, you counter initiate it.
Yeah. My only concern would be then you have Naga, Siren, and Warlock, which are both pretty cooldown dependent, long CD supports, which usually means your lineup is slower.
Yes.
And
But-
they've been winning games by
But
playing
it would
fast.
mean your team fights are more impactful, so you can like win those team fights harder and potentially get more objectives out of winning it.
But you're
So-
already against Elder Titan, who's like very high impact, low cooldown hero himself, so that is scary.
I also wouldn't mind like a dirge for Immortals either. The
Undying.
waiting stage and the tomb with the Naga. I'm not saying like that's exactly what I want them to pick, but I feel like it's probably like I don't know. Is Naga enough of a meat shield for Veno and lane against Mag ET? I don't actually know. You know,
Venomancer, I think dumpsters the ET lane really hard.
but is
It's
it
so
like,
hard to contest that.
They banned
so
Drow,
she banned the Drow?
and then they will take Warlock.
Okay, so they do.
I think they actually take their range hero and put it with the Magnus rather than the Mag ET lane. Because safe lane Veno so hard to play into.
That's true.
What about Sky for Immortals?
You're picking it right into Warlock, which is a problem, I think.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still a good hero.
Yeah, last game they did it right.
Yeah, they
EG
did it
won with
willingly.
it.
I don't think it's going to stop them. It's just something you have to consider.
Yeah. And what other? I mean, you have Wind Ranger, Sky.
Yeah, Jakiro.
Jakiro.
Goes well with the Naga for the follow-up Ice Path.
Why did that fall off? Just because people like other heroes? Because Jakiro's been left alone every time.
Oh, they got his Wind Ranger.
Scaling, or it could be MP, or
We've
it's a
seen them
scaling
running
four.
it in almost every position except for one, right? That's what
Even
we've seen.
Ryoya plays it, so he could play it at the one. Yeah.
What if you Naga Siren Wind Ranger, make the Wind Ranger core,
And then you Venomancer Undying.
Venomancer Undying,
That's
Venomancer Tusk as well,
Okay.
saving
Tusk.
mechanism against Mag, and again, really difficult to play the lane against those heroes.
Just don't core the Naga and support the Veno. That's all I don't want to see.
Yeah,
No, please
we've
no.
seen the core Naga.
It doesn't seem to do anything more.
We've seen the core or the support Veno as well.
Yeah.
that
it
was
just
not a
doesn't
good
seem
look
powerful, right?
for
Like
Zai.
it is only a one-game sample size, but
The
on
sample
paper,
size feels pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
one.
That's enough. We've determined.
It was an impactful sample.
It was, yeah.
PL has to be it, right? Oh, they go Claw.
Arteezy's been playing.
Were you gonna say
Clinks this event.
Clunks?
The Clunks.
I thought I heard you say they're going.
I was like,
Clunks.
I said PL. What? Like that was my. I mean, I guess he's really good with Empower because Klink's ult is base damage. Like it is
Yeah.
the white damage, which gets amped by Empower, but he's not cleaving. So
Strafe.
But he beats Wind Ranger. We saw that a couple times, right? Where the Clinks versus Wind Ranger don't have to worry about the shackle, and then he likes
oh, you can disjoint that with your Q.
yeah.
Strafe, yeah.
Oh.
So then you can also blow up the Venomancer and like you can also force something out of the Naga Siren, right? Like both those heroes hate having direct pressure on them that forces them to hit their R button against like a solo hero, right?
Also, we've seen a lot of Klink's middle, and they just don't lose the searing hero damage. Because right, they're one-on-one lanes middle now. Like Klink's destroys heroes
So is
one-on-one
this
middle.
a male Clinks, you think?
It could be. I think they did do it once actually.
I could see
I know
that.
they put Klink's middle once.
I feel like he's a better mid than he is a safe laner. That's my
it beat the
opinion,
Ember Spirit mid, or was that no?
Maybe I'm not sure.
Actually, that might have been the South American
I'm trying to
qualifiers
think,
that I
yeah.
was thinking of.
we have seen some Klinks. I did see Klinks in
Yeah.
South America
The
as
Invis
well.
against Veno wards is quite nice.
I
as
think
well.
Arteezy always does play it though. So
Yeah, not the Phantomancer though that you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I was surprised because they've been picking it a lot. It's pretty good against Veno
I mean,
Naga, so that's why I'm surprised.
It could be a Clinks mid with a Phantomancer final pick still.
I think they still have to be scared of it, honestly,
Yeah.
because they have a lot of. The only problem is EG, like they have a lot of abilities to kill you, but they don't really have like, other than RP, they don't have a stun.
Yeah.
Like they have these big ultimates, but that's not how you like get pickoffs.
So Immortals, it's hard to say really what they do need because again the Wind Ranger is so much of a flex. Even Venomancer.
I have
EG
legitimately
hates
no
stuns,
idea.
don't they? They didn't pick
They-
any
they
stuns
had-
last.
they had
They have
Witch
another
Doctor
Titan
cast.
this time.
Huh.
Oh,
Okay.
they do go for it again. This is very similar to their other draft.
But doesn't Medusa? Wouldn't she just get crushed mid if she was against the Clinks?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I
Max-
legitimately have no idea.
The
but
max target snake destroys, but obviously you can avoid it.
Yeah, especially it's really good. Medusa's generally better against melee heroes just because you always get the snake.
Yep.
And you can't rely on like snaking the like bouncing off the range creep to hit the
tough,
Clinks
yeah.
because then he'll just play with mangoes as well. So you can't even like make sure to get rid of his searing arrow mana.
So what do they ban? For
I'm
EG?
interested
What
for
are they
both teams to see what they ban, right? It's always nice seeing what pro teams think, like right? We don't know where Wind Ranger or Medusa are going. Like,
I
do
feel
they
like you
ban a
make the
Velo
Wind Ranger
hero, or-
support because of the Clinks?
fun.
So
personally.
just because of the Deuce, I'll add one more melee support, and that is Ogre. Not a big fan of it here,
For
but
Immortals?
Ogre Dusa, yeah.
That It's always
Is there any like a spear breaker? Actually, seems really good against Clinks too. If you make the Wind Ranger core, I don't mind making Wind Ranger support though, because it is a support that doesn't just die to Clinks, which is nice.
True.
You know, like most supports straight up die, so they do think it's a Wind Ranger core. Bebby plays it, right? He plays Wind Ranger. Like, I'm not saying he plays it every game. Yeah, they do run it like support plenty.
For sure.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they leave it as a support and then pick like.
A
The
really
thing about Clink's
impactful-
mag is you can't pick like an illusion hero, right? Because of
Yeah.
mag, but you want like a multi-target hero because of Clinks.
You like a really impactful team fight sort of hero
I could see that.
for. So if you're thinking about like, in that case, were you talking about like an off-lane core? Is that what we're saying?
There's the PL bet. I feel like they need a Pango.
Yeah, I was thinking Brewmaster or Pango.
Like it's going to be a little awkward in the laning stage, but I also think a hero that plays independent, because you have this Medusa and you have a bunch of heroes that sit behind her, but you don't have like this hero that can play alone. So there's the Axe, which was way early in the draft mentioned, but I didn't think they would go for it this late. It's the hardest counter to count, in my opinion, against Magnus, like off lane to off lane, just because he RPs, you call him, and there's no item that can be built. But I don't feel like it's as strong in this game, because most of the time you have an RP with a melee hero follow-up, but you have a Clinks, so he can actually reliably not get like he doesn't just you can't predict where he's going to be within melee range. Interesting.
5 seconds remaining.
Magnus is a bad matchup no matter what now, right? It's either a Veno core or
Yeah.
an Axe.
So mid lane mag.
I like how. Do you see how much like
I'm
counter
saying,
initiate
Sure.
both teams do have though? Like the
no reason
counter
not to.
initiate, Axe Naga counter initiate versus Magnus Elder Titan Warlock.
What in the actual?
You may
Okay.
now select your
We
heroes.
got a game, boys.
Oh my!
Alchemist.
Hype. I
Okay.
think I don't know. Is Warlock hype? I mean, not Warlock.
Trying to make it
Alk.
hype. I don't
No,
know.
I think this.
It's probably pretty good against Dusa, right? Like you don't win, but you don't lose.
Oh, so what do you do?
I mean, that's what usually Alchemist gets ran over. Like
Yeah,
that's the problem
true.
with the hero. And if you're expecting Medusa to kind of have a good farm anyway, first off, Alchemist the weakness usually is that he gets ran over, and then the hero he farms against or he lanes against gets free farm. So if you're kind of like, well, we don't really plan to stop him from farming. We have a Clinks against Axe. I don't know why you'd put Clinks in any other lane, right? It's a ranged hero. But so it is an MP Veno. This is gonna be. I mean, this game's crazy. This draft
we
is
have to
nuts.
wait to see in game where the lanes are. But yeah, MP on Veno, he definitely could just be middle.
I don't think they can kill Alk though.
Would you want to? Do you
Yeah,
want to
that feels real
aggro
hard.
Veno and Naga Siren into the Clinks lane? Is that possible? I don't think. I'm not sure if it is.
I think you
Anything's
put Veno
possible.
against Mag, and you try to do like Axe Wind Ranger against Clinks
Yeah.
or something. I think you
think
have
so,
to go
too.
melee range, so like you don't do like Venom
Yeah.
Wind Ranger, but
It's just unfortunate you can't put pressure on Clinks with this lineup early.
I mean the way I look at it this game, and I favor EG's draft. I just feel like Immortals is going for the late game, but they don't have it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're doing it into a Warlock.
Yeah, and like
Always
he's gonna get a
Immortals.
free Ags, so
So is
Some point in
this
the
may
game.
be the one game where Elder Titan Ags may end up being kind of
is
value?
it a disarm?
It's
right?
the
It's a
disarm,
long
and you
disarm.
put it on the Dusa.
It's long as hell too.
Yeah, it lasts a really long time.
I'm looking forward to seeing Sumail's build. This Alchemist pick is, I think it's actually really sick.
Yep, and we are in the game. You hear as normal, Windrunner on support, Wind Ranger. You're just gonna see her run, go get a ward off somewhere. So
That nerf to the bounty runes, though, making it now every 5 minutes now, nerf buff, whatever you want to call it, it's obviously that hurt Alchemist, too, in itself, right?
Yeah.
One of the several reasons.
like an
why we-
indirect nerf. Well, I guess it's kind of direct too.
Yeah.
Well, not technically indirect. All right, never mind. Don't question my English.
Quit while you're downs.
I'm wrong.
I was
Yeah,
just
the-
double checking there.
I mean, it's still 100. It's 280 gold at the start if you get 2 of them, like you kind of expect to. But their bounty rune contest, I guess with Mag, ET is pretty good.
You know, the funny thing is, I thought Alchemist was a better dire side hero because the
Triangle.
triangle plus there's the the camps by the shrine.
Yeah.
The camps that are back to back,
Yeah.
but they're just a cliff separating them. You can actually put an acid spray
Oh,
over
on
both
top.
those camps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up? Oh.
Yeah, those 2 camps. is what he's
to the
talking
left
about.
there. The left.
Oh,
so
yeah. To
the
despite
right.
separated by trees,
Some-
the acid spray actually hits both those camps at the same
You
time.
can pull the creeps
And
over.
small
too.
creeps are like even better for Alk than any other hero. in the
Yeah,
game.
exactly right.
Dun, dun, dun.
You like see the Seder camp, you're like score.
Yep, and you were right. They are going to put the Warlock with the Mag. So it will be Elder Titan with the Cling. Elder Titan can just solo, like, destroy 2 heroes in a lane by himself, especially bottom lane. It's so much easier to get that big camp with your Spirit.
Every coin helps.
Yeah, this is going to be I think, difficult, this bottom lane. And the Axe is so important, right? Because he's going to be, like, he
your
has no
Kling's
other
killer.
hero to really hunt besides Klings.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's not really that effective to call Blade Mail Alchemist. And, like, Mag, sure, he's a great pickoff, but he's not really the hero that you're trying to Blade Mail. You want to get that Klings. So he needs to have that early good start so he can shut him down.
I do think if Immortals, I mean, like we saw in game 1 or so, if they just get off to a quick start, they can run over this game so quickly because their items, right? You get one item on Wind Ranger, you start owning, you just sit behind the Medusa, a blink on Axe. They can play this game super quick and just destroy Alchemist. It'll be tough though. You have to win the lanes to do that.
And you are playing a melee hero against Dusa.
Should
So
be
enjoy
easy,
Mystic Snake.
Have fun.
He's going Aquila first item out.
Yeah, that was the next question I was definitely looking to ask here soon because I'm going to see a hero we don't see in general right now lately. It's what kind of builds are we?
Wait, I gotta see who gets this one. Nice.
Is
He's actually free farming mid.
Oh,
Got it.
oh my!
He has
it's
7
over.
out of 8 CS on Alc.
damn, feeling pretty good here. But Armlet is that a thing earlier on? You know, the Radiance, of course. Like, what comes to
I
mind?
would be surprised by Aquila Radiance or like Aquila Treads Radiance. That's what people started doing on Lifestealer. It's kind of like that intermediate item. You don't want to go like just naked Radiance, so you go like one really small item.
Yeah.
I believe the one, I think it was an OG game that I saw them play Alchemist or something in the open qualifiers.
Easy gets
Wow.
first blood on Febby. He was out a little bit.
Yeah. Saw Febby down there. And Arteezy had taken some damage
That-
himself, but
That's
Wait.
a real bad death.
EG played the Alchemist in the open qualifiers,
Yeah,
right?
they did.
Yeah. I think he went Armlet.
He did
he?
go armlet.
Okay.
He went armlet.
Yeah.
well, first blood, bottom lane. But yeah, Grant, you're suggesting that's a bad one to happen.
You're giving the. I mean, Klink's right is the quickest member of the Radiant team to go make stuff happen on the
Regen
map.
rune bottom for Alc for mid. He might be able to
Battle
he might be able to cancel it.
Alchemist going to pick it up, no bottle. Just picks it up.
Good.
There's the
Cancel it.
cancel.
That was
Good
really
play.
important actually.
It's just waste time.
It's just like he comes back with full health, full mana.
Just acid sprays again. You're like, oh no.
Could just mango spray if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, you see how much harassment Arteezy's taking. It really does make you wonder how the hell did Febby die down here?
Sometimes
just
it's
got too
okay trading a
overcommitted.
first
Maybe
blood.
he got stomped when he had Windrun on or something.
yeah. Oh, similar
Sounds
right
likely.
here. No stomp though from Elder Titan. Not enough mana.
Warlock and powered top is pretty hilarious. He just gets like an extra 10 damage. S4 is just like, harass them for me. I got the CS.
What is it up there? 14-7 going against
5-1.
5-1. He is real. I was like looking. I'm like, is the core in that lane
All the
again?
way down there.
Oh, see, like right there, it's a failed snake. That doesn't mean too much because he didn't have mana, but just misses the Warlock early.
He's just
Or
flying out 2
Alchemist.
more mangoes on. I like that. Yeah, he's going the treads next. I assume that's how he's playing
Wow, look how low he is.
See?
No, he's not dead. He has a
He's
tango
got the
on.
regen going on. It's gonna
Right?
be close.
it.
He's dead.
Oh, the salve!
the
Oh, the
salve! He dodged it. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
But now Crit has to TP back to base.
Yeah. I mean, they're under the tower anyways, so Arteezy will just get experience down here.
Gets that last hit though to break the battle hunger.
Dude, I love. That's why Wind Ranger is so good. Her harassment with Orb of Venom is insane.
Yeah, it beats out this other Titan.
Easily.
He's sad.
One of the few that does, yeah. Still, it's pretty even middle though. 24 versus 17-2.
But Alchemist is a hero that's not supposed to free farm. Like, the thing that I look at in an Alchemist Medusa matchup is both heroes are expected to like get a few items and then be active, but Alchemist gets his items way faster.
Nice last hitting under the tower too.
They don't really have the best, like, Deuce obviously isn't great at killing, and then you don't have the best supports to
They don't have damage
go
burst.
for kills either. Yeah.
They only have DOTs, and Alchemist does not care.
I still think. I mean, Velo. I still think Velo getting a lot of farm is gonna be really nice. Like right here, he is gonna get a pretty early blink. Uh-oh, but now
Radiant
Pretty
structures
deep.
are fortified.
I just feel like this Alchemist is going to be out of control like 20 minutes. Like, it's going to be... I'm not trying to be too negative.
you don't think Axe could blink in like 12 minutes and just shut him down with the help of
I
Wind
mean, he's
Ranger?
not a hero that exactly
Oh,
kills
nice.
himself.
Might be dead.
Oh,
He
that was a
pops
nice
a strafe.
And he killed the creep.
Yeah, that was a
All
nice
right,
Now he
play.
knows
Killed that
Velo's
one.
dead.
Velo going committed for it. Wants some spin procs.
That's
not
just
going to
an
be enough.
outplay. That was sick.
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, that was actually. Taking off the battle hunger.
We said it. One good day for either of these teams, and whoever's having the better one, see you in Vancouver.
Bounty runes, 2 each.
Yeah, Warlock at the top. He's going to get bottom. So Febby will take both bottom himself.
Is MP already just farming the jungle? Yeah, he is.
Radiant's
MP is
Yeah,
just
Naga's
farming by
not a
the
bad
shrine.
hero to take over the lane, but that is not what you want to be doing as a Venom.
Level 2 wards. This is...
Feels bad, man.
Yeah. Ouch.
More importantly, with level 1 passive, like the passive like triples in or quadruples in damage from level 1 to 2, so it's like.
Spirit Vessel's still really good against Alchemist, right?
Yeah, but who builds it? I guess Naga.
Naga.
And
yeah.
Naga is getting a not a free lane, but is getting some gold actually.
I usually don't think much of Alchemist picks, but there's some games where I just look at their lineup and I say, how do they actually kill Alch? And if you don't kill Alch, he's just gonna farm, and if he just farms, he like pretty much always wins.
They just don't have any burst damage, right?
That's
on
what I'm
Immortals.
saying. Yeah, like how
no
do you actually
burst.
kill an ulted Alch until Spirit Vessel? And that's not like that. Like by the time you have Spirit Vessel, he's going to be 3-slotted. He might even have Manta at that point, which will allow him to dispel the Spirit Vessel. And he's already farmed. He's got the satyrs. You know, as you mentioned, Cap. He's feeling it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's so much pressure at the top lane. MP continuing to feel that struggle. He's 22, but obviously he was jungling a bit, so take that into consideration.
Normally, the big advantage that Veno Core has is that Gale, especially at level 2, is such a threat.
Oh, that's
Does it
canceled.
kill?
Canceled
Why?
healing salve.
Shadow Word on him, healing up. Not nearly enough, though. Not that burst heal, so not going to handle the damage.
That was really strange of him. He just healing salved like right next to him, and then it just gets canceled immediately, and then he dies. That was a pretty big misplay by Fly.
Okay, MB's back though. He's level 5 now. He's actually the same level as S4. So he's made it. I mean, not feeling as good on the CS, but
And the first movement has to be that, like, do you just literally sit in lane, get a Vanguard and a Blink on Axe?
Crit just gets all the denies because of that stomp. That was
Yeah.
actually sick. But is he dead for that?
The last one, yeah, the Battle Hunger
Power
coming
shot?
out now. Power Shot connects.
He is
He's
dead.
a
He's
goner.
definitely dead, yeah.
Buys the smoke. No gold lost.
Efficiency.
Yeah.
Still
Grant
not-
would be proud if
I,
he was here.
I just,
Oh.
you guys, I feel you're underselling if the Axe actually gets a Blink early.
I
How
mean,
good it
Alch
is.
isn't like a hero that you kill with a blink.
I mean,
on
just
an
leave
axe,
the Alch
though.
alone
Yeah.
then.
If
Kill
you have like an
everyone else.
Alch Scott, I mean, you can't leave Alch alone.
Well, then,
They-
according to you, the game's over.
I don't want to say that, but like I actually look at this game and it's kind of like if you have a Huskar last pick and you're like, how do they deal with Huskar? It's like they have this Alch last pick. How do they actually kill Alch?
I think the problem for me is that, first of all, Axe needs a lot of items. Second of all, he doesn't have good call targets, right? It's just clinks. Even going, like, the supports are actually pretty effective against Axe. The Alchemist isn't a good target for you. Like, Mag is, again, like, okay, it'd be a nice pick-off with someone else joining you to get that kill, but you don't feel like you hard carry, you hard counter the carries like you usually do.
That was an RP. Committed to kill MP up here at the top lane. A lot of Fatal Wards are down, and Fatal Bonds might be enough to finish the job. It looks like it will, so Fly gets credit for the kill on MP, but yeah, reverse polarity used.
I like it. He turns around and gets the extra ward down, you know? he
value.
knows he's dead. He's just...
And they're not going to farm that. You can't really farm those. You don't have the heroes, too.
Too bad he just doesn't have one ward in place to pull the creep wave over
Under attack.
to farm while he's dead.
Yeah, would have been nice.
Well, Arteezy might be losing his tower bottom, though.
Been seeing this build a lot on S4's Magnus. The whole arcane boots into the
Dire's
Vanguard,
tower is under attack.
and then eventually the blink after.
Arteezy just
Radiant's
TP's
bottom
top lane.
tower is
Trade
under
tier 1
attack.
for tier 1.
That is quite the difference, right? Immortals, they put a lot in defending their towers. They did it for their mid-tier 1. Put a lot of resources in defending that. This Venomancer can just stall out this top lane a lot, and so the Axe will be able to get ahead of a lot of people simply because they take that tier 1. He starts taking over the Radiant jungle and farming that as well.
And look at this. A lot of TPs coming top.
Shaco connected, but not nearly enough follow-up damage.
Radiant's bottom tower
Especially
is
with
under
Clinks
attack.
here. Still has a skeleton walk to use. Some powers on him, though. Yeah, you did not want to pick that fight, so they will defend the tower, though, as Kep was getting at.
And that's what's great, right? The Arteezy feels like compelled that he has to go up and try and equalize this tower pressure, but
Dire's structures
as
are
long as Immortals don't get lured into a bad fight,
I
they
love
just
this
stall it
clip.
out. It's way better.
Doesn't have call, but
Doesn't need it.
doesn't matter. Fly, I mean, he's healing up, but another Battle Hunger, Colding Blade.
That was so smart. He glyphed the creep so they wouldn't die the fatal bonds to the tower, and it just trapped him in. That was really nice by Velo. He's going to have a Vanguard blink by about 12 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Radiant structures.
They're going to have to kill out before Radiance. If they do, they're in good shape.
Nice.
But it's going to be, like, that's pretty much what it boils down to. If Out gets free farm on this Radiance, it doesn't become easier to kill him.
Warlock should get 6 off that tome.
And he took the Unstable Concoction cooldown, so that's the route he's choosing to go.
Yeah, God.
I
that-
I think
so good.
everyone does,
It's
right? I don't think you
insane.
ever not take it.
yeah, I mean, it's just such a big difference. The small amount of attack speed or...
Can I point out he took the cooldown before even leveling the
Yeah.
skill?
Literally no
Wait.
value right now.
All right. Yeah.
The same thing happened. The EG Open qualifier game with Alchemist, I think, literally ended before he could level
I think so.
Concoction.
That's just funny, though. You literally pick something that does nothing instead of maybe a stun.
Dire's top tower.
That's just, you know, establishing dominance.
Radiant
They'll watch the replay be like, damn, he got us.
MP's probably dead right here. Burning Arrows just says screw it. Gonna pop the Poison Nova, get some return damage. S4 skewers out. Febby
heals
has a
up.
power shot.
Can't do anything.
I like S4's
Line
build.
up,
He
though.
might build the full Vanguard, but he buys this casual Ring of Health because he's against this Venom, knowing in order to stay in lane he has to have it.
Yeah. No, he's definitely going the Vanguard. And actually, they kill Febby.
Oh my.
And that's exactly what they needed to avoid, was the Venomancer getting picked off and allowing Arteezy to take this tower.
Because they do not have a glyph up, so it should be free.
Velo's looking to rotate on mid. Has no blink in his inventory yet. It's on the courier.
Battle Hunger run at him, cancel his clarity.
It's a good
Gotcha.
rotation is if they could take a tower as a result. He just chases them back.
Yeah, no, this is a very important tower because it does not get easier when the Radiance comes. But the deny.
Nice deny.
middle tower has been denied.
Alk is going to have that 12, 13-minute Radiance.
Yeah, it's just, I always have to remind myself, it's like, that's right. It is an Alchemist, but still, it's just always so impressive to see such an early Radiance.
And now he's got Empower. They're going to double stack these camps. I guess one of them's Golem, so that's even better.
So there's the call.
They get right there. Magnus, he's going to skewer out, though. He has RP if he needs it to.
So close to his blink.
Power shot, Battle Hunger, and the ensnare. No help coming, unfortunately. Colding Blade to finish the job. So the debut of the Blink Dagger does pay off for Immortals.
Yep, delays the mags. Oh,
Now it's nighttime.
They got to make this play where they push really aggressively into the jungle and get some good vision down. You need to be able to keep tabs on this Alchemist. Even as he gets the Radiance, he's still like squishy, so they can still pick him off.
Now that I look at the, oh, go ahead.
Hello.
Fly's running into a death trap.
And he's getting attacked by the dragons for the spins.
Colding Blade. Oh, using Chaotic Offering, though. Wants a turn kill. Fatal Bond's applied. Sumail here.
Nice.
The acid spray, but the shackle shot will ruin any chance of a chase.
I've played a decent amount of Veno, and I feel like something I didn't see in the draft was like, this Clinks is so good against Veno, because usually you can sit in a wave and feel safe because your wards serve as like vision protecting you, but the Invis Clinks, he can, like, look at the way MP has to play, right?
He can steal the big
Yeah.
creep.
He can just sit, if Clinks is, he might actually die to this.
Doesn't
He's
have his
cheated. Oh, his
back
ult was wearing off. Never mind on
Yeah.
Clinks. Clinks, you can't kill anybody without
say,
that.
so it's 50 more seconds before that's coming back up.
Yeah, I didn't realize the timing on that. It's just like one of those things where you want to be able to freely farm lanes on Veno and make them like have to smoke to kill you, but with this Clinks, on the other hand, you have to sit with your teammates. This is not how Veno wants to play.
And you
But-
like being able to camp out right in front of a tower too, so it's simultaneously like not just lane pressure, but you're also getting damage on the tower
Yeah.
bit by bit. But he can't leave his own tower oftentimes.
That makes the Clinks pick actually pretty sick. I didn't realize it in the
Yeah.
draft. Just things you learn when you're watching these teams, like why they pick something like that. Didn't make sense to us, but always ends up making sense later.
I know what you're reacting to, Grant.
What did he? What
Let
did
the
he react to?
golem die when it had like 3
Yeah.
seconds left. Just
He
a
gave
free
the
100
golem up to
gold.
Medusa, yeah.
No reason to.
Oh, well, and speaking of Medusa, really haven't talked too much about her this game. It's, as usual, the quiet yet farming efficiently. Has the Mask of Madness. Going to go into a Hurricane Pike, it seems like this time around. Makes sense to you, BSJ?
I think they're in
Yeah,
a
it's
decent
pretty
spot.
standard build. But top lane, they
Clinks,
do.
yeah.
Are they going to get him here? They dust him up, and the Shackle's not going to. Actually, oh yeah, you're right. He
Strafe.
just dodges it.
Pretty good
It's always so
ability.
confusing what's considered
Yeah.
a projectile or what's not. I guess anything that's disjointable now, like they finally cleaned it up a bit, I think.
I don't know. Once he gets the blade mill, it's gonna be pretty easy kills. The thing is, you're not just blink calling and like that's it, right? You blink call blade mill, you have a team to follow you up. I think they still can. They can kill the Elk pretty easily if he's not ulted. Oh, hello.
Wow.
RP Skewer, massive TP's coming in. It's going to be too much damage, though, despite the Mana Shield even being up. They will go through with the TPs, but again, it just doesn't matter, so very good kill for EG, and they get all that distraction out of it, too.
See all the lines drawn by Crit for the bounty runes. They have this Alchemist.
Let's go.
He gets what? What does he get out of those? He gets like 210 gold or 245?
There's just an
245
arcane
gold.
rune sitting there. No blink on Velo, he just used it to get up there.
Bevy picks it up. So Warlock, no more chaotic offering for another 25 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Although Crit's here.
Value fly. This
He's
is
gonna get it.
245
Get that
gold for
bounty.
your Alk.
Oh
Alk's
my.
gonna get
Worth.
Go
He's
get another.
Go get the other one.
All right,
he's
he's
not
not
getting
getting
the
it,
other
is he?
one.
Alk just got 700
Look,
gold.
don't
What?
No.
Don't let
Immortals?
him get it.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
what?
He
Is
was
that
lining
shackle?
up the shackle.
What was that shackle though?
I mean, that's
That was
dope.
one.
That was reaching quite far.
Is that bounty run just sitting there in front of Sumail?
That hurts a little bit.
Yes.
He's actually waiting for the 30-second mark for the extra 3.5 gold. Wait, please.
Is he? Let's see if he
Don't,
is.
don't. Oh, wait. You've gone this far? Oh my god.
1 second.
It's killing me.
You had the right idea there.
Yeah, I mean, I could tell he was thinking about it. He just became distracted.
Veno's also going to Hurricane Pike, and so that's going to be a popular item in this game.
I mean, you have to get like the Alk off you if he just runs at you.
I like the plate mail into Manta on Sumail. He's just like, I have trimming up all my weaknesses here. Are they working on that Spirit Vessel? They are, working on it, but Naga's still 1,500 gold off.
Do an Earth.
Oh, he's like Venomancer wards even more.
Oh, double damage.
Thank you.
Look at him farming
They
his wards. So
spotted
much
that,
gold.
looks like.
Oh,
Dire are
yeah.
scanning.
S4 could not land the skewer angle. As you said, it seems like they saw something coming.
Still looking rough for Immortals, but that big net worth lead is a lot of it Sumail, but
It's
as you
Alchemist,
said,
yeah.
it's tough to kill him.
This Clinks,
Not
or like this
impossible.
Alk is going to hit this timing where, like, by 30 minutes, the game's probably going to end, or it's actually a close one. Meaning, like, if Immortals can maintain till then, they actually stand a chance. But
Dude, are they going to tank for the Clinks? No. It's up to you.
they have no Alk ulti, so it's a little bit ballsy.
They just want to do it with the double damage. He didn't death pact either. He was just like doing a
Radiant's top
double
tower
damage.
is under
Yeah,
attack.
the death pack gets amped by the DD, so it's
Yeah.
definitely worth.
Oh, so they try Roshan. They figure it's not worth it. Fall back into the lanes, continue to farm. Where's Medusa at? AFK farming.
triangle.
There you go.
Old
The triangle of death.
And look at that. Triple stack.
Oh, top lane. Clinks almost dies right off the bat with the call, looks like, but he gets saved initially. The Earth Splitter. Arteezy still dying with the Battle Hunger.
Is healed, though, too.
He will heal with the Death Pact. And he'll be fine. Alchemist ends up stunning himself, but no kills come out of it.
Dude, this Medusa is getting so much farm because she just triple stacked all the camps by herself.
This Venomancer just has a 4-staff, though. That's so painful on a hero like that. Like, he never really flash farms, so he doesn't recover like a Medusa does. It's just not where you want to be on Veno.
I mean, is Clinks, shouldn't he be like around, like, they're pushing 3 lanes at once right on Dire. Shouldn't Clinks be punishing this somehow?
Like
Yeah,
this.
I mean-
I thought he would be hunting.
Oh, the 40% solar!
Oh! Gets out.
I thought he would be hunting the Veno. I feel like that's
Pretty easy kills.
At
Yeah.
the same time, the Alchemist is just killing the Veno wards for 50 gold a pop. Which is kind of nice.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Is Manta style the play for EG? Start doing more objectives, and they only have the 1 tower kill so far.
That just accelerates your farm more.
Yeah, I mean, with Alchemist, the way I've seen it in the past was you generally get 4 slotted, then you march down a lane and end the game. Like, that's
Okay.
pretty much how it goes.
Yep.
And it's a matter of how farmed is this Dusa by that point. And that's, like, and also will Axe offer enough damage to kill this Alk. But the thing is, like, the reason why the Alk pick's even better is if you think about that as the game plan, look at the backup that he has.
Yeah.
ET, Warlock, Mag. Which is absolutely, bonkers when you think about it. You can't actually commit onto this Alk. You probably need to throw 3 or 4 heroes at him, and then he has all those counter initiations. And so every time he has ulti, you just hit buildings.
The Empower buff, you can't forget about that as well.
Yep.
Being applied, so it's Immortals setting up to try a defense here, but as you're just getting at BSJ, this is not a team you want to fight into, it seems like.
That's the shackle.
Dire's
Even
middle
going
tower
pipe on
is
S4.
under
S4
attack.
just such a good, like, if you want to learn about itemization as an offlaner, one of the best players to watch.
Dude, Medusa just triple, I don't know, I just love, she just keeps triple stacking the triangle by herself again.
Yeah,
Just keeps doing it over and
camping
over.
over here.
Why not? You're level 16. I mean, you're level 16 at 19 minutes in. They're not stopping you from farming.
Is the highest level over Alchemist team.
I mean, in the Omega, if we get to the Omega late game, Medusa destroys Alchemist.
Oh, for sure.
And she is keeping, I mean, not keeping up, but only 5,000 down.
But you have to
versus
compare,
Clinks.
like, you're looking at
So
a
weird to
1-for-1 exchange, right? And I don't
True. Warlock, Mag.
You have Warlock Ags late game, too, which is like,
What do we got? We got, obviously, the War. Wait,
Oh, up here, Clinks was spotted.
Oh, God.
Three
Oh,
down.
don't
Maybe
give him
final
the
step
target.
concoction on two. The RP on both of those. A song
Kobe.
coming out, but it's still
dead
ticking
Venom.
down. It looks like the stomp from Elder Titan will finish job of Venomancer. Febby bites back immediately.
The ulti's useless from Medusa because of that.
Yeah, that's right. Scream essentially doing nothing. Klink's just going to finish off the tower. That went beautifully for EG, and that goes back to the team fight presence is just so much stronger. I mean, I understand they found Klinks initially, but it just seemed dangerous from the beginning.
Yeah.
And Klinks is like, I love the way Ortiz is actually building. I feel like we talked about how they had like 3-1 positions last game. This game he just has a Solar Crest, and then he's going to Fusel just to say, Medusa, you know, F you, you know? You got all this mana. You're the only hero on your team with like significant amount of farm and scale into the late game. Let's just make you have no mana.
Sentry, the call, did not
Oh,
use
no.
it.
What is happening? Everyone's just
away.
missing abilities.
I mean, it was probably for the best, honestly. He gets that call, but he's going to get stomped in place.
Does have the blade mill on Velo now.
Medusa, I have Scotty. Figures is going to be her item of choice, followed by an MKB. S4 will just get the hell on out of there. So just want to let her sit back and farm. Continues to be the name of the game for Immortals, but of course Alchemist doing that on the side of the Radiant. In the meantime, in Arteezy trying to hunt heroes. Are they going to try for Axe?
He's
Why?
canceled on
Fatal
the Blink
Bonds, Upheaval. He'll find the free kill on Febby, perhaps. The Solar Crest, yes, allows him to get the kill despite the win run. Now Velo, it's his turn. Blade Mill, got to be somewhat careful. S4 here as well, though. Velo, if he gets some nice counter helix procs, but no, with Alchemist joining, no chance.
He stunned himself at the beginning of the fight, and then because the unstable concoction cooldown, he just got another stun up. Like, look, it's already back up.
8-second cooldown.
And he has an Octarine and about 2,000 gold. What is that
Wow.
stun cooldown? Like 3? I don't know.
It's downtime of half a second.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And you have the mana because you have an Octarine. Like, you can just continuously spam it.
Yeah, you can literally
Oh
chain stuff.
my.
For Splitter, MP gets hit by the Echo Stomp, not necessarily by the Air Splitter, but skewer forward into the Shockwave. He will die. And
That's-
maybe Roshan now.
That's the perfect hero for Sumail, since he says Kobe is the man, right? He has Kobe in his name usually, and now he's just throwing out Hail Marys. It's a perfect hero for him.
But it's not a skill shot.
The role play is real.
I mean, neither is Kobe shooting. That man's a robot. The man's one of the greats, Cap.
81 points, man.
Yeah. Kobe. But he has Spear in his name, and they're getting Roche. That is now 2 lives of Alchemist you have to kill.
Roshan has fallen to the
With that
Radiant.
Octarine core basically finished. About 1,000 gold, which takes about 30
Okay,
seconds.
so the real question is, if you buy this Mystic Staff and you had Shivas in your backpack, what would complete first?
You mean you had the other components of
Yeah,
Shivas?
the Shivas recipe in your backpack, yeah.
It does. It goes by item slot, I think. So
Does
the
it really?
Octarine, I believe
actually,
so.
I
I could be
don't
wrong.
know.
That's one of those things that literally doesn't matter, but I do want to know now.
I'm saying there's like
I won't-
1% of games that might actually happen.
Dire's top
Could change everything. Naga, she has her sleep. Blink's gonna open though, and that empower.
Did he?
Doesn't even stand a chance. Diffusal Blade now finished.
This. Just a whooping.
Yeah, it's definitely turning into that. I mean, it's kind of been that for the most part.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Velo, I mean, he got the Blade Mill. He has the Blink. I thought that would be their time, but like you said, there's no one he can really jump on.
Yeah.
You guys taught me a valuable lesson there, but now you have 30 Searing Arrow damage.
We
and
still
Blinks,
yet to see the true power of Medusa, to be fair. Like, that's going to be the ultimate,
if they get there.
if they even get there, exactly. Velo, though, he's probably in a death spot here. Going to push right into an unstable concoction. Well played.
We'll get the call off.
He might not even need 4 slots this game on Elk.
Don't tell me he's getting away. They try to give it to Alchemist, and he gets a 4-step. It's going to be fine for now. S4 decides not to RP. The Shockwave will finish the job. Meanwhile, Arteezy picks off Dubu off to the side. So no
Oh
Song of the Siren to
my
come out as
God.
well. Now Venomancer also caught by another concoction. And he's dead as well.
Is this a take one fight with Medusa? You lose, and then you're
Maybe
out?
just GG.
This is watch Alchemist kill your buildings, do nothing about it, and then
Yep.
you lose.
Yeah, this is rough because Medusa did have complete free farm, and they just didn't care. They suffocated all the other lanes. Like, the Veno tried to push out, but
That's what we talked about at the
Matter.
beginning, though, right?
Yeah.
Medusa and Alk, they're both going to free farm, and Alk just does stuff
Does
faster
it
than
faster,
Medusa.
exactly.
Under attack.
One hero is active much earlier than the other, and you see mid lane, like Sumail actually cares about nothing.
Dire's
I believe
top
somebody
tower
was saying, I
is
think it might have been Cap saying how Alchemist is, they just have no ways to deal with Alchemist.
yes, that would be me.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was
Capitalist.
Grand, yeah.
No, I am capitalist. All right.
Okay,
But
Grant,
that's going to be another tower. Yeah.
You're good at a lot of things, man, but impressions, not one of them.
Thank you.
awful.
So Sumail's 3 for 3 in lanes today, right? Like he
Yeah.
just dominated 3 lanes. He is back on his 23. He's back on his TI5, it seems.
I mean, if this meta persists through TI, it's way favorable for Sumail. Like he originally transitioned to the
off
off
lane, to
lane
do
because he didn't
one-on-ones.
want to be in these 2v2 shenanigans. And mid's kind of back to that point. They get all 4 bounty runes. That's like
A lot of gold.
it's like 1,500
Oh,
gold for
S4
Al.
with the RP on 2 as he got shackle shot on Alchemist, but he just stands there for a couple of seconds, and the unstable concoction with the pull into the ear splitter gets them both killed. Medusa, meanwhile, picked off as well from our TZ, and I think that goes back to what we were suggesting earlier. It's almost at a point of Immortals game 1 just wasn't your game.
Sumail farmed so quickly he did get the 4th item already. He got
Okay,
the Shivas.
you're right.
Dude,
4th
that
item,
is-
barrel down mid.
He is 11,000 above the Medusa. Like 5 to 6,000, that's normal. 11,000, that's an absurd amount of farm.
The thing
Kobe-
about Alchemist is a lot of teams it can kind of vary what lane you end up taking your first lane of Raxen, but with Alchemist, you get these 4 items and you're just like, I'm so tanky, let's just go down the lane that's the shortest. And yeah, Arteezy would be proud, but he is probably because he's right there.
Got a level 20 talent too, 400 unstable concoction damage.
It's
on
nuts.
top
It's
of the
actually
cooldown.
It's like minimum damage, or is it max damage? How does it actually work?
Just any damage, I assume.
It's not very clear.
So even if you just did 0.1 second, it'd be 400.
I
runs.
think it is.
I
I think
think
it is
so,
minimum
yeah.
damage.
Let's watch. Ouch.
That looked like a lot of damage.
That was a lot of damage on Velo.
Okay, here we go. Sleep into Call Blade Mill. They have those 2 set up.
Into the
This-
gale.
Oh, the stomp though.
Crit. Crit god.
Crit with the stomp, and Velo's like, are you kidding me? I can't even move now.
Is he dead to that?
Yep. That was a true Kobe moment.
Dude, because it's physical damage, right?
Yeah,
And he
it's
had the
physical.
solar
He has
crest.
the solar crest
Yeah.
on. With solar, he has 4 armor.
Oh god, look at
Rayoya in the area, gonna be caught himself. Oh,
Back
Velo
line.
actually does catch Clinks at the backline. Zoki kills him, no buyback. Kiana Coffrey flying out though. Fatal Pawns on top of the acid spray. That sounds like a lot of AoE damage coming out. It sure is. A stone though.
not dead yet.
From the stone gates, Rayoya managed
Oh,
to
the
survive.
heal!
Velo
The
with the
heal!
buyback. He is gonna heal up enough.
Oh,
Maybe.
No.
13.
Oh my god,
Fountain.
3
Gets
health.
back to the fountain.
Most exciting
Meanwhile,
moment in the game.
back over here, Sumail, he's unkillable. He still has the Aegis, and he's going to take out Wind Ranger, another unstable concoction. Hey, it's been about a second. Another one's ready to go. Let's get a double kill out of it. Why the hell not?
Jiminy
And another one.
Jillikers. He's owning. Boy, howdy is he owning.
I
Well,
think it was
Alchemist-
somebody else that said they couldn't deal with Alg. I think that was Grant.
No, that was you guys.
That was you, actually.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
I was hoping that would set up better, but you just forgot. So.
I mean, I have to be like, when you're right one time
Oh, wait,
in the
wait,
day.
wait. He's going to stun himself in the fountain?
oh, he gets it off in time. That would have actually.
Ghost Scepter
No
purchased the
chemical rage.
value.
He goes
Sell or buys the bots as well
and
for the
puts
move
the
speed.
treads in.
Yes.
Oh, my God. He is on his
The
beat.
man. Oh, he had the chance.
That would have been sick.
Arteezy would have done that.
He only really got 1,500 from that. I know that's a lot, but
Like,
I
it's-
thought he'd get 2K plus. I really did.
No, I believe you. I agree, actually.
Well,
Come back.
it's looking tough for a comeback, but they do stay in.
If Alchemist does that 3 more times, they could win.
I mean, if Sumail does do that, like if you get called into a fountain, that is a good chance of you dying a lot of
Yes.
times and you losing. I think we'll just see him probably going. He has a full live Scotty now. It's not terrible. They're getting whooped.
Yeah.
They are getting whooped.
It's Medusa,
but-
though.
Yeah.
It's
You never know.
Yeah.
it's one of those. It's like we're laughing at what just happened.
He
and it's
tried to
fine,
dunk the
but-
courier. Oh, dunking the courier.
Cap is a fair weather fan. He's just out of here.
Yeah.
Cap's like, I don't need to see this, slaughter.
Obliteration.
Yeah.
No, what do you
obliteration.
mean? He was here earlier. You were.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah, there he is.
capitalist here, everyone. This game is looking interesting. Shove the lanes. I'm just kidding.
so
Do you just? When's Roche up, by the way? Looks like a minute.
A minute 30 before it could
a
be.
minute 30 to 4:30. So yeah.
Okay. Could just wait for it. Honestly, I mean, they don't have to. They really don't have to, but they could. There's
no
reason not
reason,
to.
yeah.
I mean, you're literally win a best of 3 and you're at TI. There's no reason to take any chances.
Yeah. What's that like, Grin? I'm not all too familiar. Do you know anything about it?
I know nothing about
Okay.
that.
I've seen if
Oh,
anybody else did, because I don't.
Just 2 heroes here.
Stomp. Elder Titans.
Radiant are scanning.
That's
Hello?
spirit.
Hail Mary play of a
Coming in,
lifetime.
the shackle, yeah, they're really reaching here, but guess who's here? It's Alchemist and S4
Jesus
with the
Christ.
RP. They drop Febby immediately. Vela does get the call off at least on top of the Stone Gates right here.
That's a lot
Doing
of
some
damage.
decent damage to S4 specifically, but no, he's able to skewer away, survive. Sumail, another unstable concoction that is. And Rayoya is going to be stopped with a TP attempt. Sumail chasing the sleep.
Where is
Here
it?
going
It's
off.
on the
Okay,
back.
finally.
It was on the back.
That's
Ow.
him, yeah. Gonna be canceled though. They pick off Medusa in the end.
Does he get a man to dodge
And
it
now
again?
Dubu's trying to get out.
He managed to dodge it again.
Yeah, no big deal.
Now they go for the Medusa's gonna have to buy back. That ruins her game. Like if Medusa never dies in these fights, everyone else does, and she doesn't have to buy back. That's your chance. But she's gonna have to buy back, and there goes her item progression.
Level 25, what are we seeing here? An Alchemist.
Probably the regen
The
in this
regen,
game.
yeah.
Base attack time can be good in like close games, but the regen,
Yeah,
you just stay around
if you
forever.
have like damage issues or something, but
Yeah.
in this game you just have to live. Like the entire fight is mortals running away from an alchemist. Like that's the dynamic of the fight.
Yeah.
Clink's almost level 20, and I would assume maybe the 100 attack range.
I think
Coming out.
Crit's been like the unsung hero this game. Like even when they do get a good call, he's always stomped. They get a good sleep, like in the base. He stomped him in the axe in the back so he couldn't blink blade mill call two people. Crit's just been perfectly timing his
Yeah,
stuff.
and his aura as well is no doubt doing plenty of work. Natural aura as it usually does.
So,
Alk is kind of like a tide hunter in this game, where even if you sleep him, like how does he die?
yeah.
Doubling the net worth
You
of
you
Medusa.
sleep and he's BKB'd. You net him. He just sits there, doesn't carry his Octarine with acid spray radiance.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
I missed Alk, man. This hero is always so enjoyable.
Did you ever play it? Like
Yeah, I mean,
seriously?
I never in competitive because,
Okay.
like I'm on-off teams,
Yeah.
So when
Some-
there's a hero that's popular in meta, I'm not always on a team.
It's interesting you said, so they did play it in the open qualifiers you were mentioning earlier, and
Yeah.
obviously they dominated with it as you'd expect, but busting it out here for a trip to TI, so clearly they value it, and after this performance it's hard not to. But anyways, Medusa, stun gaze yet again, S4 will just skewer away, stun an
just in the
Alchemist,
bag.
but
He's gonna stun
again,
himself.
does he really care? He's gonna be stunned a little bit longer. Chaotic Offering finally flying down though.
They've almost
and now
done damage.
Alchemist turn to shred through the Velo.
He's
Blade
almost
Mail,
half.
but he's still stunned. Finally can start moving the concoction. Nagasara will explode. Ryoya trying to keep her
Kobe.
distance with the Ice Scotty, the RP. No, S4 is figuring he wants another one. Did not catch Velo, however, but he got two, including Medusa. Velo does jump in himself. He'll end up falling though. Buybacks are going to be used on a couple of heroes, but the other three do not.
Sumail almost dropped below half.
Almost.
And
Almost.
a bit of that damage was from himself, feels like.
Yeah, on the blade mill, yeah. And unstable concoction, you're right. Well, they take another lane of racks. That is multiple bikes. We're at a 32,000 gold lead.
So there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's always a chance. I have seen, what's the biggest comeback in?
It was like,
Like 30
51,000 or
51 or
something.
49K,
I mean,
yeah.
As far as the pro game goes,
Like,
yeah.
Well,
Doing
they're gonna go for
quotation
it.
marks here, I mean,
Yeah.
Depends
Oh,
on
and that's
what
an
level.
Assault Kira. So now Sumail will get his level 25 the regen. He will have the extra armor from Assault Kiras. That's going to be tough.
He just bought an axe for somebody.
You give it to
Warlock, right?
Your shrine
Or
Yeah,
you
it's
get,
actually
no, you give it to,
Magnus.
I'll give it to S4 because then you get the
Yeah.
AoE.
I was going to say Magnus is
Bonus.
decent.
No, it's a shockwave like returns.
Oh, it's a shotgun
It's the-
return. My bad, yeah.
Yeah.
They made it worse than it already was.
Garbage. Yeah, that thing's
Dire's top
garbage.
shrine
Well, they
is
give it to
under
Warlock, so is he even going to use the rock before they
Dire's
win?
top shrine has
It's a
fallen.
question.
Yeah.
I forgot how bad it is now.
Dire's
The
top
Aghanims on Magnus
know,
thing, I was like, that's really bad.
Mad for OG, he actually spams Magnus quite a bit, and he goes Axe nearly every game.
Yep. And they're looking to qualify for TI. They're very close.
They are
Yeah,
in the
what does
grand
he know, though?
finals
Well
Just
played,
kidding.
well played.
Radiant's
We'll play
bottom
tomorrow
tower is under attack.
against the winner of Blinkpool versus
Wind and Rain.
Dire's top
War and
tower
Rain. Yeah,
has
yeah.
fallen.
Wind and Rain or
Wind
War?
and Rain. They
Wind
go
and
by
Rain.
war. Trust me, I know.
Okay.
He knows what NA
Radiant's
players
bottom
are,
tower
I cast
are
their
doing in other
opens.
regions. Yeah,
But they're playing in the European region, so they're
Yeah.
Europeans,
Yes.
right?
but they're of course, you're right.
That's how that works.
Yeah, just like crits NA.
Nope. And, well, looks like they're going to try to end the game here. Cap, you just went in your Goku chamber to see how can Immortals win this game. Spit it out, baby.
I don't even
Can't hear him.
Can't even hear him.
I looked at I did your Doctor Strange technique,
Yes.
and I looked at all the various timelines and all that
Yes.
shit. There's none of them.
All right.
There's nothing.
Wow.
Well, it's looking rough. then.
Even after that, wow, that's usually there's at least one.
No.
Hello.
There's even one where evil geniuses lose power.
Dire's top tower is under
For
An
like 10
alchemist
minutes.
accidentally
And-
kills everybody.
Yeah, they actually the problem is that Sumail, before the power went out, they A-clicked into the fountain and he still killed everyone.
Oh,
Dude, look
okay,
at-
that makes sense.
Sumail just sat in the back line and zoned out 4 heroes while Ryoya tried to fight the other 4. It was like a 4v1, and I think the Alchemist with 30,000 net worth wins.
Nice shackle. Actually,
They
keeps
could
Alc
literally
away.
remove Alchemist from this game right now. Valve could just like, boop, take him out of the game, and Evil Geniuses would still be ahead in net worth.
They'd be at net worth. I don't think they'd win, though. I actually think
Maybe
if
not.
before that Rax, I think they would lose.
Yeah, with Medusa, I would be pretty scared, actually.
In this professional game, if they played 4 versus 5, they might lose.
And they're looking to end the
Medusa's
game here.
different, too.
I like how Crit's the only one hitting the Rax. He takes it down, and that's a good game
Guys,
call.
objectives.
Good play by MP, getting the Hurricane Pike down into the tree area
They can't
where
find
they
him.
can't find you. Because the fountain isn't safe at that point, right?
So no, because he got the 20 regen as well. So what are you gonna
MP
do?
is very adept. Full understanding of the late game, I'm being run over counter strat.
Yeah, hide. Well, I don't know. There really isn't much. Okay, let's talk about the draft. Where did they go wrong in the draft?
Is
then?
Alchemist the real deal? I think is the safe question.
He's a
Or
Huskar.
was this a very specific draft here? That
He's
that's why it
basically a
works?
Huskar,
Hold
in
on.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Find
You
it.
either can deal with them or you can't. Like, I think what happened was like 2 months ago, every team was taking first pick if they won the coin toss, and I feel like it was really weird to me because I showed up in the qualifiers thinking everyone's just going to take first pick, and then everyone I played against took second pick, and people are just
Meta.
prioritizing these like last picks that just win you the game.
Yep.
And I'm not saying they wouldn't have won the game without it, but
It made it way
I mean,
easier.
I saw the draft, and it's like, I can assure you it's from my own experience of seeing an Alchemist and being, shit.
Yeah.
That's my response. Like, what do you look at this Alch, what do we do to him? You need burst damage to kill Alch. You know what I mean? Like, he dies to burst damage. You have this axe, but you don't have, like, a Skywrath mage. You know what I mean? You don't
True.
have some hero that actually kills the Alchemist.
This was the second
So
time
the,
Alc was
the
seen, by
mistake
way.
I was looking for in the draft, I was like, well, that was when they didn't ban Alchemist, but then it would have been a Phantom Lancer. I think they probably still would have lost to that.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like Venomancer is just.
Not
I
good.
personally don't think he's strong enough for a 1-2. BSJ?
I agree. I think he's like a fourth
What
pick
about
after
me?
you've seen like 2 cores that he's good against. If you only
I already
leave,
heard you. You said I agree.
Okay.
Before
he's
I
bad
even
against
passed
2
it to
cores in this
BSJ.
game
Thank
rather
you.
than good against 2 cores. You know what I mean? Like he's
You have
bad
the
against
first
the
opinion.
Clinks and the Alch.
Alc was played by the final tribe in the European regionals. That was the
How,
only other time
how
I saw
far
it.
did they go?
Well,
Or did they win the game?
They
Did they win
lost
the
with
game?
Alchemist,
Okay.
and they didn't do too well.
Did they go as
And they
far
lost
as me?
in other games as well.
Yes.
As they lost the qualifiers.
So
Well, that is the end of game number 1. EG, who would have guessed? Like, honestly, like going in from the group stage to this, who would have guessed? They are now 1 game away from qualifying to TI.
Yeah.
And Sumail joining his brother Yawar over in TI. Immortals, though, 2 games in a row, right? It's still not as absurd as it sounds. You just win 2 games in a row right now, and you're still in
very
TI.
possible, very
It is very possible. Immortals, they need to switch their draft. We are going to go to a short break, but when we're back, will the blood be spilled blue at TI, or will Immortals cover it up and say, no, you're not even going to be able to spill your blood at TI because we're going to TI. So stick around, and we will be right back.